Hi, I'm SharRon Jamison from the Jamison Group, and over the years, I have learned a few things. And I have been blessed and fortunate to add those lessons that I have learned in my book. I have learned a few things. And I have received some questions from many of you asking, SharRon, what is the book about? And how can I incorporate some of the lessons and the learnings in the book to help me live a life that's more authentic and more successful and a life of greater abundance? So I thought I would take a couple of minutes and share some of the highlights of the book and also answer any of the questions that you may have, because I'm really proud of the book and I have been using it all year, as well as other therapists and counselors and coaches have been using the book with their clients. So I know that there's information in the book that can really be life enhancing. So I'm really excited about that. The book is divided into 5 sections, and the first section is called Know What's Best for You. And their titles deal with trying to help you identify who you are, one, but also identify who you are not. Because many times it's not until we have a crisis or some type of catastrophe or some sense of calamity that we really start dissecting our lives and to see who we are as well as who we are not. It's many times it's not until we are pushed to a place of discomfort that we start to analyze all of the assumptions and all of the expectations that life, our friends, our society has placed upon us, and we realize that we no longer want to abide by the limitations of those labels. And so in the first section, their chapters are entitled chapters like Walking Away, Looking in the Mirror, Do You Like What You See? Trust Your Truth, Don't Hate, Cultivate is one of the chapters, and You Have Power, and God Is, What Do You Believe? And so that whole section, there are 10 chapters that deal with what's best for you and to help you identify what's true for your spirit, what's true for your soul. And because as soon as you know what's true, you can embrace the truth and release all of the lies that fail to serve you, support you, satisfy you, and sustain you. So that's the first section of the book. The second section deals with relationships. And I know I've spoken a lot about relationships this entire year because I believe that our relationships is the soil that we grow and bloom, or we wither. And so our relationships are really important, that we are selective about who we invite in our lives, because you can love many people but you can't do life with everybody. And so the book talks about relationships, what to look for, chapters like Are You Brave Enough for Love? Seeing and looking ain't the same. Expect enemies. Who let the dogs out? Go so you can grow. Those types of things. And one of the chapters also lists 12 different characteristics that we need to look for, because 12 characteristics that I list are very toxic to our success, but also toxic to our sanity. And we have to be able to identify those characteristics in others as well as identify those characteristics in ourselves. So the second section deals with relationships. The third section is called On the Road to Success and Significance. Why? Success takes work. Because not only will you deal with your own internal demons and your own struggles, you also deal with challenges like haters and hurdles. Because the truth is, many times people sometimes are envious of your success. They want the success but not the sacrifice, or they want the rewards but not the risk, or they want the crown but they don't want to carry the cross. You know what I'm saying? So as a result, many times you hit some roadblocks on your way to success, and sometimes you stumble and you fall. But many times it's in that stumbling that gives us power and gives us truth and gives us ability to learn the lessons and apply the lessons so we can win later. And so in that section, there are titles called Experience a Loss and Earn a Lesson. Some gifts come with a God. That talks about people who trick us and manipulate us by doing things for us. Who let the dogs out? It's time to climb. stumble, but don't stop. Success is a process. And so that whole chapter deals with success and the journey to success, because success is incremental, is rarely instantaneous. And I try to share some of the concepts and some of the learnings, not only from my life, but from the life of many of my clients. The fourth section deals with healing and renewal. That's really critical, because many times we are only success outwardly as we are success inwardly. And when we don't address those internal issues, we become public successes but private failures, or we feel as if we are private failures. So I really talk about what needs to happen so we can address those wounds of our past. Because if not, we will spend so much time trying to manage our past that we don't have any energy and enthusiasm and effort to help us stretch toward our destiny. So in that section, I talk about face it or it will follow you. You can't heal and hide at the same time. Can you hope me? Because many times we don't need help. We need hope. We need people to motivate us and inspire us and to believe with us as we are attempting to believe for ourselves. And so the last section is entitled The Final Stretch. And it talks about how success can be seductive. And many times if we get seduced or we start to believe our own hype, we stop winning because we become complacent or we get satisfied, we get smug in our success. So it deals with how to make sure you don't get seduced by success. But there's also a chapter called Addicted to Almost. Addicted to almost, because many times we almost do something, but we never really achieve it because we don't really go that extra mile. We almost stop right before we hit the finish line. So I have a chapter in there about being addicted to almost, and also a chapter about you can win, but it's up to you. So I hope that this book blesses you. I'm really proud of the book. After every chapter, there is a minimum of 10 questions that will help you evaluate your own life and examine and dissect some of the choices that you have made, and also help you explore some of the changes that might be required so that you can live a life of your dreams, or live a life that you desire, live a life that you feel you deserve. So I'm really excited about the book. My dad wrote the foreword, and I'm so grateful. My dad is a minister, Reverend SharRon Jamison, and I wanted to be a minister just like my dad. And so I'm so grateful that my dad wrote the foreword, and I really encourage you, if you are looking for holiday presents, to consider. I have learned a few things because I believe that the book will be life-changing and life-enhancing. And look out for 2017. I will continue to be doing seminars on I have learned a few things, as well as some of the other books. And I have a new book coming out in January called Deciding to Soar. So I look forward to sharing that book with you also. Thanks so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Hope I answered your questions, and blessings to you always. God bless you.